Where's the good place to buy for capital growth, you reckon? But what about these hot ones, like around the Bellevue Hill or those postcard views? Are they still going to go up, you reckon? A lot of people blame it or say, Chinese are lifting the price up. Then you see some big premium purchasers are still locals or the underbidders are locals. After they buy, is that the new market or is just a one-off?
A lot of the time it is the new market because that's set a precedent. So it's when we're speaking to the neighbour 3 doors down and they say, yes, we would sell the house for X amount because Y got that amount.
It definitely sets a benchmark. Whether another property reaches that benchmark, it at least elevates everyone else's property along with it. Like the house on Kambala Road for over $60 million. And a short time after, there was one that sold in the 40 range. Wouldn't have likely gotten that if it wasn't elevated by the over $60 million result. So it does help, I guess, showcase some higher level of value in the street. Everyone gets elevated by each other's results.
Obviously, we were saying that everything with Bridge, Opera House View, or anything around Bellevue Hill is a premium right now. If it's 2024 next year, where's the good place to buy for capital growth, you reckon?
Dover Heights, I think, has historically been undervalued as a suburb that sits so close to Bellevue Hill and Vaucluse that gets astronomical prices. Right in the same area, you still get views up there, you get nice big plots of land, big family homes. I mean, I don't know why it doesn't rise the same amount as some of its neighbouring suburbs, but I think that should change into the future. Running closer to the city, Edgecliff, I think has historically been undervalued for the apartment market. Small homes, and if you're looking for something with a view, Darling Point is usually a good place to have a look around, nice and close to the city, historically good value, I think there's a lot of options, and a forgotten suburb's Point Piper, because everyone just writes it off. They just think that it's got these beautiful big homes and they'll be able to afford it, but around there you get some really good value in the old Art Deco apartments, you get some nice views, big sizes, and good value close to the city.
But what about these hot ones, like around the Bellevue Hill or those postcard views? Are they still going to go up, you reckon?
They'll still go up. There's no new plots of land coming out, and there's always going to be someone wealthier than you that will want that property. That's the way I see it. There's a lot of people coming to Sydney, like we all know that's no secret, and they're going to be buying up the best property in the city. So
here comes a question, and when Alex just mentioned Dover Heights, Darling Point, Edgecliff. Do you reckon these will have better capital growth next year or still these premium areas?
I think they will start getting better growth as people can't afford the neighbouring suburbs. These suburbs that I mentioned are all bolstered by really popular, let's call them brand name suburbs next door. Edgecliff and Darling Point next to Double Bay, which is completely... You couldn't give Double Bay away for 6, 7, 8 years ago. It was sort of a forgotten area.
But what about percentage-wise? Do you reckon they'll raise the same or who will do better?
Won't do the same, but the thing is they will raise.
So the premium ones will still have raised more percentage, you reckon?
Yeah. Because more people will want to go there. So brand names always sell, so you always have the brand name suburbs, just like you've got brand names in fashion and cars and everything like that. People will want to be where it's viewed socially that it's really, really high end.
Yeah.
And there'll always be those suburbs, and there'll always be the suburbs that won't match it. Unless something drastically happens to elevate a suburb, the Justin Hems effect in some beach towns where there's a pub and then everything goes absolutely nuts there. In our area, we won't have that effect, but areas will go up as affordability in other areas goes out of tune for some people. And the value will always speak volumes.
How would you choose a buyer's agent?
I'd choose a buyer's agent based on how often or how front of mind that person is in the core market area I want to buy, and how much that buyer's agent is in contact with the agents that service the properties that I'm after.
Track record, make sure they're actually doing the deals. Know they live in the area that I'm wanting to buy in. That's important to me, living that kind of lifestyle that I'm wanting to get into, so I can actually take their advice with more than just a grain of salt. It's important that they've actually bought and sold their own properties instead of being young and maybe inexperienced, haven't gone through the process themselves.
Someone like yourself, for example, you could work with both Chinese and Australian clients because you know the market, you know the cultural aspects of both sides, and you live in the market as well. So I see that as a huge bonus.
This makes it the whole deal flow. We can speak to you and you can communicate effectively between both parties. It's the glue to the deal. It helps everything progress much faster. Everyone's a lot more comfortable. We can get to the end result, which is your client getting the house and our vendor getting the sale.
We've worked quite a bit together this year, pulled off some big deals. How's the experience working with me?
It's great. I think when doing a deal, transparency is key, and we've got that very transparent relationship, which leads us to get a deal done. A lot of other buyers agents we found, we can't have that relationship with them. Their client sometimes misses out on the property, or there just doesn't come to an agreement and the property doesn't get sold. What I've noticed with you, and the reason why you've been doing so many deals in the East, is that you'll give your clients the right advice to buy the property, and at the end of the day, they're stoked that they've secured a good property in the East.
A big part of it for me, and knowing you more personally after doing a few deals with you, you've been on both sides, but you've been successful on both sides. You're in the sales side of it as well, and understanding that you're highly successful on the sales side, I think is a big reason as to why it is easy to deal with you as a sales agent. You understand our side of the coin, not just your own. You know what we're trying to achieve on the sales. So out there buying it when you've been on our side, there are other buyers agents in our market that have been successful on the sales side, but the ones that generally are the easiest to deal with are the ones with a proven track record on the sales. So I think there's a big testament to you that you play both sides of the field.
You guys have done so many big deals this year, and these people have very high expectations. How do you manage that?
Communication and feedback.
And trust. I mean, we've got strong relationships with our vendors. Generally, if they're asking a completely out there price, these are very educated people. They understand the market, they understand what their place is probably worth. But if there's an inexperienced agent and they're agreeing with them in what they want, that isn't going to do themselves any favours. We always concentrate more on motivation. If there's a genuine motivation that someone wants to trade or sell, the price will sort itself out through a process, whether it's off market or going to market. But it's those actual upfront conversations around where the value lies based on what other things are selling for, buyers that are currently out there in the market. It's those upfront conversations that sort the rest out. Agreeing to an inflated price doesn't do anyone any favours. So I think that there are those properties that float around, but you won't usually see them transact.
Obviously this year's finishing. How's 2024 going to be?
I think it's going to continue to be quite strong. What really helped this market in 2023 is that there was a severe lack of stock. That might free up a little bit next year, but I still think it's going to be pretty tight.
So with most senior agents out there, they always work by themselves individually, but you guys always come in a pair, and it's proving to go well. What's the secret here?
One of the best things about it is Alex and I will do everything together, and we can bounce ideas off each other without overcomplicating things. We'll also gravitate towards different people, whether that's different owners or different buyers as well, and create a good, quick relationship with them. Working as a team, and it's more fun as well. And we can divide and conquer the work. If one of us has to run out for another appointment somewhere, that person can cover there. So that's what we found a huge benefit.
I think if you're working in our market, which is a big part of our business, is that prestige market. Service is important, so we focus our business on a high level of service. Having two directors of one of the largest agencies in our area working on your property is a great benefit, let alone the fact that we also run a team of 3. So in our team, there's always someone that is there to answer our client, service them to the highest degree possible. We're always there to say yes if we need to show it. So more hands make for less work, but when we're covering off on a prestigious property, it means that we hope to get the best price.
I mean, last few years, you guys have done some big prestige deals, and it's just getting more and more consistent now doing these big deals. What's the reason, and do you think there's potentially generation change in the prestige market now in the East?
Yeah, I think so. Well, basically, a lot of the wealth has been filtering down. So when we're dealing with a lot of our clients, they've got that relationship with us where their parents might have had relationships with the older agents that might be leaving the industry or maybe even getting a bit over the industry, or they don't have the same energy. They're getting a bit exhausted. We really like working with these people as our friends and clients, and we give them the information exactly how it is. We're very transparent. We tell them how it is, and our communication is really high, and that's what helps us get the deals done with our clients.
We also respect their privacy. So for a lot of our younger clients that are quite wealthy and out there and don't want to have a high exposure, they know that we respect their privacy. We don't chat to the media. There's certain ways that we run our business that's being noticed across the board, and they respect that. And that's what we've found has been a big calling card for us and our personal team, that they know that we're going to get the results, but we're also not going to scream it from the rooftops, and they can have that privacy that they want, so they can sit back, enjoy their own win, live within that deal, and we've got that longevity in the relationship of that mutual trust and respect. That's important.
We've done some of the biggest deals in the country over the past couple of years that a lot of people wouldn't even know about, because we're not there blasting all over social media. We're not on TV, so we don't need to toot our own horn that way, and that's what drags a lot of these clients to us.
Thank you so much, guys. Thanks for the time.
Thanks, Sean.
东区唯一华人背景 Tier 1买家中介 让华人在东区真正拥有优质房屋资源。